Did you know that Windows actually has a command center built into it? A place where you can see what your computer is doing in the background and even shut down programs if you need to? That's what we'll talk about in this video. Every trail starts with the right gear, and it's the same thing with technology. I'm Ryan, your digital trail guide, and in this series we open the trail pack and learn simple skills that help beginners feel comfortable using computers. Today we're opening one of the most useful ones built into Windows, the Task Manager. Now first of all, how do you open it? Well, you may have heard of Control-Alt-Delete before. That's one way to get to the Task Manager, but here are two other ways that are a little bit easier. On the taskbar, you'll see the Start button. If you hover your mouse over that, right-click it, Task Manager is right here. Just left-click that and it'll open it for you. Another way to do it, method number 2, is holding down the Control button, the Shift key, and then pressing Escape. And that will open Task Manager automatically for you. So either one of those methods can work. And by the way, if you're learning Windows and you want a simple guide that walks you through the basics step by step, I made something called the Windows 11 Starter Map. It's a beginner-friendly guide to the most important parts of Windows, and you can download it for free using the link in the description. Okay, so what are we looking at when we open the Task Manager? As you'll see on the left, we have a number of different tabs, and it natively starts us off in the Processes tab. So what are we looking at in the Processes tab? One thing that's important to keep in mind before we go into this looks complicated. We're going to keep this very, very simple because Task Manager can be very, very useful when we're just getting started with computers. Let's take it one step at a time and figure this out together. Okay, so the name column. Essentially, it lists the different processes that are taking place on our computer at any one time. So a computer may seem like not a lot's going on, but in the background, a lot of different processes are happening at one time. In fact, at this point, under background processes, it says that I've got 72 running, and sometimes that's pretty low. So there's a lot of different processes that happen in the background to make your computer do what it does. Okay, so that's background processes. Normally, we don't need to worry about those. If it comes to a point where we do, then that's more of a troubleshooting thing, and that's a little bit more advanced. But most of the time, what we're concerned about is the apps section. And currently, I've only got 3. So what does that mean? Well, essentially, those are programs that are running, let's say, in the foreground of your computer. That's like Google Chrome that you've got open, or OBS Studio is how I'm doing the screen capture. It's a program that I have running, so I can easily exit out of that program. So what do we learn about these different processes that are taking place? Well, let's start with Google Chrome. So Google Chrome has a 14 beside of it. Essentially what that means is that there's 14 little sub-processes that are working to make Google Chrome work. And then in the status column, there's a little leaf. It means that this process group is in efficiency mode to limit resources used by the process. It's in efficiency mode to help the computer to run fast. Neat. All right. So now beside of that, we have 4 different columns. What do they mean? The CPU column is essentially the brains of the computer. Now, you'll see this number here, 0.3%. That's how much percentage Google Chrome is taking up of the brains of the computer. But the overall effect on the CPU is only 4%. That's all the background processes and apps together. So that's good. That means that there's no bottleneck with the CPU. That's great. So that's the CPU column. Then there's the memory column. So there's this number. What does that mean? Your computer can only have so many programs operating at one time. It takes up memory. So the more memory that a program takes up, the slower your computer gets. So in this case, it's not taking up too much. And we can see here that overall the computer is only using 28% of the memory that it can. So we're looking good there. Disk usage, how much is it writing to the hard drive? Again, it's 0. We don't need to worry about that. And network, how much is it pulling from the internet? We don't need to worry about that either. So with these numbers, if it's ever at 100%, especially this one, that's where the CPU, that's where we may need to consider ending the process. Now, that's one of the most useful features of Task Manager, is how to end a process. Now, one thing to keep in mind, normally, like I mentioned, we don't need to worry about the background processes. That's a little bit more advanced, so we wouldn't want to end those processes normally. But let's say that we have an app like Google Chrome and it's frozen, we can't get it to work. We need to shut down Google Chrome. How to do that is very simple. Hover over Google Chrome, right click, and then left click End Task. That's it. Now, when in doubt, you may not know what some of these applications are. It's good to know what they are before you shut them down, just to make sure. Now, Windows actually helps you out, because what you can do is you can right click it, and then you can go down to Search Online. And what this will do, it will open up your Edge browser and it will search for that process. That way you can see whether it's something that you want to end or not. All right, so that's the Processes tab. Ending tasks can be very, very helpful. We can also learn a lot from the Performance tab too. We can get a visual view of what different parts of our computer are doing. We can look and see what's going on behind the scenes on our computer at any one time right here. Okay, so let's go down to Startup Apps next. This shows programs that automatically start when the computer turns on. If something here doesn't need to start every time, you can select it and simply disable it, which is pretty helpful. So let's look into it. So on the left side, you've got the name of the program, in this case, Microsoft 365 Copilot. The publisher is Microsoft, the status is enabled, and the startup impact is not measured. So what does all that mean? It means that Copilot, when the computer turns on, is enabled, which means it boots with the computer. It starts automatically when you start your computer. And the startup impact, it's not measured. Essentially, Windows does not look into how it affects your startup process, how slow it makes it. Now, if we want to keep it that way, that's perfectly fine. We don't have to do anything. But if we want to disable it, we simply right-click and then left-click Disable. What that would mean is that in the future, when we turn our computer on, Windows Copilot will not start with it, but we would just need to click the icon and start it ourselves. That's all that means. Now, this is a really important tab for you to look at, especially if your computer is starting to run slowly. It may be that you have a number of different applications that are opening with your computer booting up. But again, if you're unsure about what a program does, it's usually best to leave it alone or at least look it up first. So again, you can do what we did back in the Processes tab. You can right-click the application and then left-click Search Online, and that can let you know what it is and whether you need it or not. But again, when you're in doubt, you can just leave it as it is. Now, Task Manager has other tabs like App History, Users, Details, and Services, and those can be useful, but those are more advanced, and most beginners won't need these very often. So as you can see, Task Manager is one of the most useful tools built into Windows. If your computer ever feels slow or a program freezes, this is often the best place to start. It's like the emergency kit in your digital trail pack. So you remember what we looked at? We looked at the Processes tab and how we can end the process if need be, especially if it's taking up a lot of real estate within our computer. To do that, we just right-click, left-click End Task. And again, remember, the background processes, normally we don't have to worry about those, but when in doubt, right-click and then left-click Search Online. We looked briefly at the Performance tab, and then we looked at the Startup Apps. Again, when in doubt, right-click, left-click Search Online. These are part of the Trail Pack Essentials, small skills that make computers feel manageable. In each video of this series, we'll add another tool to the pack. It'd be great to see you in the next one. I'm Ryan, your digital trail guide, and I'll see you on the trail.